Welcome back to my channel. This is Living to Learn. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, I'd love to hear comments from you. Thank you for those of you who have been commenting on the videos lately. I really love the feedback. And I'm glad that you've been enjoying it and being able to take something away from what I'm sharing on here. If you are on Instagram or TikTok, you can find me there at Live to Learn Coaching. And the handle is in the description of the videos. Also, if you want to donate or invest in my channel financially, there's 3 opportunities to do so. Again, in the description of these videos, not something that you have to do, but if you'd like to, hey, I really would appreciate it. It really does help me out in my consistency and being able to put something together every week. And thank you so much for those of you who have already done so. You've already invested in me, you've donated, and that means a lot. So thank you for your continued support. I just want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You're watching this and you're a mom. You're appreciated. Your resilience, your strength. There's just no force out there like a mom. Moms are they're built different. They've got a source of strength that's just, I don't know how they do it. I look at my own mom, and to this day I just shake my head. Like, I don't know how she does it. How do you do it? How have you done it? And they're just, moms are amazing. So happy Mother's Day. And, my mother in particular, I know she's probably watching this. Love you, Mom. Thanks for everything. But my mother in particular, I'll tell you this. I was looking up some quotes yesterday for Mother's Day. Looking at Mother's Day quotes, and I came across one, and I should have written it down. I didn't, but I should have. Because it says something like, a mother's love will empower you or will encourage you to do the impossible. And I thought, wow, that is a powerful statement. And I totally agree. When you have that love, when you have received that encouragement that only mom can give, it's just different. And so I'm grateful for my mother and what she has taught me. From the time I was young till now, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for my mother's love, if it wasn't for her encouragement. She believed in me long before I ever believed in myself. And it's funny because she wouldn't say that about herself, right? In fact, I come from a pretty educated, well-liked, I have a great family, and I'm gonna brag on my family. They're awesome. I'm grateful for the family that I was raised in. I've got so many amazing people. I've had so much wisdom and so much guidance. I've had everything that I've ever needed. Again, which is the reason why I'm giving back. This is my thank you for what was given to me. I didn't earn it. I got lucky. Straight up, I got lucky, and I appreciate that, and I have a lot of appreciation for that, and I'm humbled by that. But my mom, she always would talk about herself as if she wasn't in that conversation, right? Oh, I'm not like this or this person. You're like that, or you've got that mind, you've got that intelligence, and I'm thinking like, Mom, you don't even realize. And that's the fact of the matter. I was in a conversation, and I shared this in other videos. I was at a meeting one time, and this guy said, hey, if I was to ask you all, what are you good at? He's like, you'll probably give me a list of a few things, but if I was to ask you, what are you best at? He said, it would probably be a little harder, a little more difficult for you to narrow that down. He says, because oftentimes what you're best at, you're so good at it, you don't realize how hard it is for other people to be just as good. And that's what I think about when I think about my mom. Her ability to impart that encouragement, her ability to give us what we need at the moments that we needed it. It's just pure excellence. And she's so good at it, she doesn't realize that not everyone else can be as good. So shout out to you, Mama. And that gives me a kind of a transition into what I want to talk about, which is keeping in step with that same message of communication. We we all want the best. If you're a parent, you want the best for your children. Of course you love them. Of course you want the best. However, as I learned in business communications, right? For the first core class I ever took when I went to school for my bachelor's degree in business. Professor Mike Moodian, my professor, business communication. And it was cool because it reminded me of what the old, Yankee manager, I think Casey Stengler, is that his name? I hope I'm getting it right. But back in the 50s, 60s, the Yankees were they dominated, right? Winning World Series after World Series. And I would hear stories about Casey, about the manager at spring training. And he'd be talking to his guys and he'd be saying, this is the ball, this is the bat and the ball, basically like breaking it down to elementary, right? These are World Series Hall of Famers. These guys have been playing baseball forever, but the reason he did that was so they could take all that success, everything that they've done, and bring it all back to the simplicity. It is a game where you have to hit the ball off the bat and you got to run to first. It doesn't matter what level you're at. There are fundamentals. And those can never be forgotten. And so back to business communications, one of the fundamentals that we learned is there is a communicator and there is a receiver when it comes to communicating. You are speaking and someone is receiving that message. And this is text, this is email, this is voice, doesn't matter. Whatever I'm sending over, whether it's to my kids, whether it's to my, anybody. I may know well what I mean. I know exactly what I'm trying to convey. When the message reaches them, are we on the same page? Are they getting it? And I'll give you an example. My little one, right? He's still at that stage where he's learning how to find his personality. He's learning how to express himself. He's learning how to put words to his emotions. And in our home, we're trying to do everything we can to give him that freedom to do so. I want to do that for my kids, right? We want them to be heard. We want them to be listened. But sometimes I miss an opportunity. And I missed one the other day. We were playing, and nothing comes in sequence. We'll be playing, and he'll just randomly blurt something out about what happened at school, or hey, this kid was mean to me, or this whatever. And so as a dad, I want to let him, comfort him. I want to let him know, hey, you don't have to put up with people being mean to you. You can, you got to speak up. You've got to speak up for yourself. You've got to defend yourself. It's okay to not accept certain things. And I had all the right intentions. I meant well. I was looking after my son, but I missed an opportunity. You see, I'm in sales, and a lot of people that are not in sales, when I tell them I'm in sales, they say, "Oh, sales is hard." Of course, it can be, just like anything else. But what most of us don't realize is that we're selling every day. We're just not aware of it. We're selling every day. We're getting someone to buy into something, right? And that's what it is. Sales, you have a product, you have a service. How are you going to get this sold? Well, the only way you're going to get it sold is by convincing that person that you have what they're looking for. And it seems very straightforward, but it really isn't. But one of the biggest mistakes you can make as a salesperson is to talk too much and not ask enough questions. And that's exactly what I did with my little one. I was talking too much and I wasn't asking enough questions. You see, when you ask questions, and I've talked about this on previous videos, not only does it allow that person to feel heard, it also sends a message to that person that you're not there to accomplish something. You're not there to sell them something, right? Everyone wants to be helped. Nobody wants to be sold. You are there on behalf of their best interest. And that was the brilliance of my mother. She did it effortlessly. I'm trying to duplicate that. I'm trying to replicate that. And I see how difficult it is. And yes, I'm giving myself grace because I know I love my kids. And I know I'm going to make mistakes. But do I know how to say it? Do I know how to communicate it? Do I know how to... Can I figure it out? Can I figure out the correct words, the correct pattern, the correct tone, the correct way? And that goes for every other relationship in my life. And that goes the same for us, for all of us. So take this away. Do yourself a favor. Put the energy, put the effort where it needs to be. Go back to what I said about sales. The questions. Making sure people understand I'm here on your best interest. See, our kids want to help us. Everyone in our lives, people that we care about, people that we have interactions with, it could be, just a friend relationship, coworker relationship, whatever level relationship. They want us to know how to speak to them. They want us to know how to say the message correctly. So we got to start by communicating to them that we are here on behalf of their best interest. And that's what I want you to take away from this video. Don't get frustrated with yourself. Don't get frustrated with them. Put the energy where it's best and most useful. How can I sit down? What questions can I ask? How can I be attentive? How can I show this individual I'm here for your best interest? Because I really want to know how to communicate this to you. So think about that. I hope it helps. I hope it's made sense. And thank you once again for watching. Please subscribe. Share this with someone you think might benefit from it. And have a great day.